Coach Brad Bohannon sent his second Crimson Tide baseball team out this weekend to open the season with a 3-game series against Presbyterian College. The Tide team is sporting 22 new faces, and took the series by winning games 1 and 3, while dropping game 2. The series was scheduled for Friday, Saturday, Sunday, but with imminent bad weather for Sunday, the series concluded with a doubleheader on Saturday. Game 1 won 7-2. Senior right-hander Sam Finnerty was the opening night starter for the second year in a row, and earned the victory in Game 1. The Tide started off fast with Joe Bro lining a first-pitch double over the center fielder's head in the bottom of the first inning. With 2 outs, catcher Sam Prater launched a long, Prater-tater off the scoreboard in left field. Bama added 3 runs in the second on an RBI single by shortstop Colby Robinson, a bases-loaded walk to Brett Auerbach, and a sacrifice fly off the bat of Morgan McCullough. Robinson singled in another run in the bottom of the third to move the lead to 6-1. The Blue Hose finally reached Finnerty in the top of the fourth on a solo home run by Nick Guimbarda. The Tide answered back with a single run in the fourth when Tyler Gentry singled in Auerbach, who had singled and advanced on a single by Prater. Presbyterian scored the last run of the game in the top of the fifth after 2 singles, a walk, and a sacrifice fly. Finnerty's night was over after 5 innings and 74 pitches. The Birmingham native allowed 8 hits, walked 1, and struck out 3 while allowing 2 earned runs. Robinson led the offense with a 3-4 night, 2 runs driven in and a run scored in his Bama debut. Bro added 3 hits including a double. Prater was 2-4 with his home run and 2 driven in, and Gentry was 2-3 with a hit by pitch and run driven in. Will Freeman relieved Finnerty and pitched 3 sharp innings, allowing 2 hits and striking out 1. Freshman walk-on Chase Lee finished up with a perfect 9th including 2 strikeouts. The Tide finished with 13 hits, 3 walks, 4 strikeouts, 2 hit batters, and 10 runners left on base. PC had 10 hits, 2 walks, 5 strikeouts, and 8 runners stranded. Game 2 lost 4-1. Freshman right-handed pitcher Tyler Ross earned the start for Game 2. The New Jersey native was the 74th ranked player in the country coming out of high school last year. Prater again got the Tide going early, leading off the second with his second towering home run of the season. Zacchaeus Raspberry drew the hose even in the top of the third with a long home run off of Ross. Junior Deacon Metters relieved Ross after 3.2 innings and was touched for the go-ahead run in the 5th inning, an unearned run. The Tide turned to freshman Jacob McNair in the 6th and he allowed 1 earned run in 2 innings. Brock Love pitched the final 2 innings, struck out 4 and allowed 1 run. Unearned. Bama threatened each inning from the 5th through the 9th but could not get the big hit when needed. In the 6th, with runners on first and third in 3-2-1 game, Keith Holcomb was picked off first for out 2, followed by a sharp line out by Tyler Gentry. In the 6th, Drew Williamson drew a leadoff walk but was erased on double play grounder off the bat of Gene Wood. Colby Robinson then singled, followed by walks to Joe Bro and Brett Auerbach. With the bases loaded and 2 outs, Morgan McCullough flew out deep to center field to kill the rally. The Tide was able to get the tying run to the plate in the bottom of the 9th, but a ground out ended the game with the Tide on the wrong end of a 4-1 score. Metters suffered the loss. Bama only had 5 hits, drew 7 walks, struck out twice, and stranded 10 runners. Presbyterian collected 13 hits, drew 5 walks, struck out 11 times, and left 13 runners on base. The Tide only allowed 2 earned runs, as sloppy defense reared its ugly head after a cleanly played Game 1. Prater's home run was the only highlight offensively, as the 5 hits were spread among 5 players. Game 3 won 9-4 for the first time since 2012. 2 freshmen started games for the Tide on opening weekend. Memphis native Connor Shamblin was the starter for Bama in Game 3. Shamblin struck out the first batter he faced, blowing his 94 mph fastball by the Blue Hose leadoff man. PC used a single and two-out double to take the early lead. The Tide bounced back in the bottom of the first when Joe Bro led off with a double and scored when the first baseman threw away a ball hit by Morgan McCullough. Keith Holcomb then yanked a fastball into the right field plaza for a two-run homer. Presbyterian briefly tied the game in the top of the second on 3 singles and an error by the Tide. Bama retook the lead for good in the bottom half when Drew Williamson walked and scored on a double off the wall by Tyler Ross. Ross came in to score on a double play ball, for a 5-3 lead. Shamblin went 4 innings, coming out after reaching his pitch count of 60 pitches. He allowed 5 hits, 3 runs, 2 earned, with 1 walk and 5 strikeouts in a promising first game. Garrett Rooks pitched the 5th and 6th innings, allowing 2 hits with 2 strikeouts. Bama added to the lead in the 6th when Colby Robinson singled in 2 runs. The Tide got a single run in the 7th on a sacrifice fly by TJ Reeves and another in the 8th when Robinson singled and eventually scored on a passed ball. Casey Cobb pitched 1.2 innings, and Jeremy Randolph went the last 1.1 innings, striking out 3 and earning his first save. Randolph is a grad transfer who came to Tuscaloosa from Wright State University. Shamblin was awarded the win. Robinson had a 3-4 night with 2 runs driven in. Holcomb was the only other player with multiple hits, going 2-4 with 2 runs driven in with his home run. The Tide finished with 11 hits, drew 6 walks, struck out 7 times, and stranded 8 runners. The Blue Hose had 9 hits, walked twice, struck out 12 times, and stranded 6 runners on base. Who did what? Colby Robinson 7-11, 2 runs, 4 RBI, 2 walks, 2 runs. Joe Bro 5-10, 2 doubles, 2 runs, 3 walks, 1 hit by pitch. Keith Holcomb 3-8, home run, 2 RBI, run. Sam Prater 3-12, 2 home runs, 3 RBI, 3 runs, walk, hit by pitch. Sam Finnerty win, 5 IP, 8 hits, 2 runs allowed. Will Freeman 3 IP, 2 hits, no runs. Connor Shamblin win, 4 IP, 5 strikeouts. Jeremy Randolph save, 1.1 IP, 3 strikeouts. Overview: with 22 new players, Bohannon looked at the weekend as a way to try and see what his team would do once the lights came on, and as an opportunity to play a lot of players. 11 pitchers and 16 position players saw action in the series. In Game 1 all aspects were sharp, Game 2 showed some warts, and Game 3 was decent. With 5 games scheduled for next week, look for Bohannon to continue to mix and match to try and find his best combination of players. The Tide hosts Jacksonville State Tuesday at 3 p.m., and Alabama State at 3 p.m. on Wednesday, and welcome Ball State for a 3-game series beginning Friday. All games will be available on SEC Network Plus.